Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I decided to do a movie summary and review about a film I watched recently called When Harry Met Sally. It's a 1989 classic American rom-com. I've heard about this movie many times, but I've never seen it until now. And I watched it and I have some thoughts about it that I wanted to share. Plus, it's a perfect movie for October as we are in autumn season right now. So let's get started, but also spoilers ahead. So let's get into it. So here are our main characters, Sally Albright, and Harry Burns. Sally is a straight-laced, a little uptight, somewhat righteous, annoying at times, passionate, and an extremely picky food eater type of individual. Harry is a terribly sarcastic, kind of crass, oddly funny, talkative, also a little annoying, and snarky individual. There's an edginess to Harry with his dark humor. Both him and Sally have no problems asserting themselves and their opinions, and they butt heads a lot throughout the film, especially in the beginning. It's like watching two volcanoes trying to erupt at each other, with Harry doing the instigating and both trying to prove their points. So basically, the story begins with Sally and Harry graduating from college, and they share a ride to New York together, with Sally doing the driving. Along the way, Harry makes a bunch of sarcastic comments, talking about stuff like life, dark sides, and including commentary about relationship dynamics between men and women. A notable comment that Harry makes is this iconic scene where Harry tells Sally that men and women can't be friends because if a man is attracted to a woman, he'll want to sleep with her, and that is why he is around her. Hence why Harry says no man can be friends with a woman he finds attractive. Sally disagrees and argues with him. I'm going to assume Harry here is at least somewhat attracted to Sally for him to say that. If I recall, he did say that Sally is an attractive or pretty woman when they were eating at the restaurant together. And Sally thought he was trying to hit on her, which made Sally angry and why this whole conversation even took place. Now, I cannot comment too much on what Harry said in this scenario, but I am a woman myself, and I do have some male friends, but we don't talk very often, and I don't think we were ever attracted to each other romantically or sexually. So, is it safe to say that we can be friends because we don't like each other that way? Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments about this. Now, oh yes. So there was another funny scene during Sally and Harry's dinner at the restaurant where they talked about intimacy. I just found this particular set of dialogue so funny because I can't believe Harry did Sheldon like this. So in this scene, Sally was trying to say that she did indeed have great intimacy with another man before, and she said a name. It was either Shell Gordon or Sheldon, and Harry either misheard or he didn't. But when he heard the name Sheldon, he immediately refuted Sally's claim. It was hilarious. Let me read this dialogue out loud. So, Harry, no, no, you did not have great sex with Sheldon. Sally, I did too. Harry, no, you didn't. A Sheldon can do your income taxes. If you need a root canal, Sheldon's your man. But humping and pumping is not Sheldon's strong suit. It's the name. Do it to me, Sheldon. You're an animal, Sheldon. Ride me, big Sheldon. Doesn't work. Oh my god, reading this out loud just cracks me up. But the part about Sheldon doing your income taxes and root canal, but not being good in the bedroom is, oh my goodness. Can't believe they said that, but so funny. But For all the Sheldons out there, please pardon me. But where were we? Oh, yes. So, as you can see, given these circumstances, Sally and Harry, at this moment in time, are clearly not friends. So, moving on. After Sally drops Harry off at New York, they part ways and don't see each other until 5 years later, where they meet at the airport. Apparently, they're on the same flight, and they find out that they're both seeing different people at this time. Sally seems to be with some businessman, and Harry is going to marry a woman named Helen. And of course, in classic Harry and Sally fashion, we witness a snarky exchange between these two, where Harry says something about intimacy, leaving Sally looking disgusted and trying to avoid him the rest of the time. At the end of the flight, Harry asks if she'd like to go to dinner with him, to which Sally gave him a "Are you serious?" look, and Harry responds with the "just friends" comment. Then we have this whole tirade about how men and women can't be friends, but phrased a little differently this time with some caveats made by Harry. So, given this whole exchange, Sally still wasn't pleased with this man. So, these two still aren't friends. I swear Sally cannot stand this man's presence when he shows up early on in the film. I think what Harry says is not entirely wrong, but his dry delivery and his nonchalantness when he says it is certainly something. Now, another 5 years pass, and Sally is with her girlfriends talking about relationships, asking one another if they're in one or how they're doing in the one they're currently in. Sally is single at this time. I think she broke up with her previous boyfriend, and she and her friend they go to a bookstore and they meet Harry of all people there. So when they after they met each other, Sally and Harry went for coffee. They talked about their lives, what happened. Sally said she's single. Harry recently got a divorce. Slowly, they started talking to each other more. They met up, hung out, walked around with each other, even talked to each other, even having late night phone calls with each other. So, this thing between them gradually morphed into something resembling a friendship, I guess. I don't remember if they officially said they were going to be friends, but at this stage in the movie, they can certainly tolerate each other's presence, and they seem to be liking each other's company. They talk a lot about sex and intimacy. There was this one scene where Sally and Harry were discussing whether or not women can fake an orgasm in bed. And Harry said, "Women haven't faked it with him." And Sally asked him, "How do you know?" And Harry says, "Because I know." To prove Harry wrong, Sally literally started moaning and groaning to show how she, a woman, can indeed fake an orgasm in front of the entire restaurant. After Sally finished her performance, a lady who was watching said, "I'll have what she's having," to the waiter. When she said that, that line just cracks me up. I would say props to Sally's actress for pulling that off. That was quite the performance. So Sally and Harry gradually they become closer and closer. They still constantly argue, they fight, and they bicker at times, but they can usually figure it out and resolve their arguments reasonably. So as we watch the movie, it's clear that they both feel something for each other, but they never outright admit to it. They're both headstrong, prideful, stubborn people. It's a little agonizing watching them feel this way about each other, yet go for other men and women at the same time. I personally don't quite understand how people can do that, but I guess that's part of the slow burn in this movie. And remember how I said they talk a lot about sex and intimacy? I swear they might just do it with each other. Oh, wait, they did. So one night, Sally calls Harry because she's having an existential crisis about feeling lonely and feeling the clock ticking. And so Harry comes over to comfort her. I think Harry did such a good job making her feel better. And they cared enough about each other at the moment to actually do the act. They basically consummated. But they are both still in denial about their feelings. They fight again about this incident. They felt awkward about the whole situation. And at their friend's wedding, Harry tries to talk to Sally about getting over what they done, but Sally couldn't. And as a result, their friendship comes to a halt. So, fast forward to a New Year's party, and both Sally and Harry are missing each other and feeling lonely. Sally begrudgingly went to the party, and just before she was about to leave, Harry arrives and he confesses his feelings for her. He tells her he loves her. But Sally says that's not how it works. So Harry says, how does it work? And he starts naming all the little things he loves about her, like her nose crinkling, her perfume, all her little quirks. He says it's nothing to do with his loneliness, but everything to do with how, when you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible. In Harry's own words. I thought this line was just so sweet, wholesome, concise, and straight to the point that Harry wants to be with Sally ASAP. So there you have it. That's how Harry and Sally officially became an item. And they got married within 3 months later. And the film ends with these two saying that uh, they got together finally, basically. I mean, talk about swiftness. These two waste no time when the cat is finally out of the bag. And I'm glad they finally got together. So overall, I give this movie a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it. It wasn't what I was expecting, and I was pleasantly surprised. I thought it was quirky, entertaining, and funny. Sally and Harry aren't necessarily my favorite characters ever, but I can appreciate their screen presence and their personalities. I thought the actors did a good job portraying the type of people that they were. I do like how this film it was like a slice of life, and we get to follow the characters journey and their growth and the decisions that they make. Although I don't feel Sally and Harry changed that much, but they changed to suit each other more, and they found happiness in each other's company. There was a lot of sex talk, but it was more verbal and nothing super overt, which which I appreciated. I do like the from stranger to friends to lovers and marriage trope. I think it's very endearing when it's done right. Although I do wonder what the reception of this movie would be like if it was made in 2024. I feel like the humor that would fly in the 80s would not be so popular now. I think if people were to hear what Harry says, some of his lines, perhaps it might give certain people the ick, as they say, or some might find it inappropriate. But me personally, I thought it was interesting nonetheless to see what was acceptable back in the days and to see the type of humor that people liked. This film reminds me of another film called Annie Hall, which I saw back in college. It also has this type of less conventional, edgy, slightly more realistic telling of a love story. I do encourage you guys who are interested to check out this film in Annie Hall if you get the chance. But overall, I didn't really have any qualms about this film. I did enjoy it. So do check it out if you're interested. And that's all I have for this movie. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe and have a great day.